round of the day so far turned in by the 27-year-old Englishman over at the 5th Tiger.
Pitching wedge from 166.
Get up. Go. Go hard.
Get up.
Go. Go. Go.
That was a foot away.
He had a great shot, just was sort of between clubs, I think, and he went with a really hard nuked pitching wedge.
Tiger still leading the field in fairways hit, Johnny. You mentioned it yesterday, and still on top of the entire field in that stat. Here's Mickelson for par at the 18th.
I mean, Tiger used to win hitting almost not many fairways at all, remember?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is a different kind of guy in so many ways, right?
Yeah.
And Mickelson, who after yesterday's third round said, I don't have it this week. I just haven't felt right. Never really felt like I was fully in tune with my game. So it's a 71 final round with bogeys coming at 2 of the last 3 holes for Phil. And he'll see if Tiger Woods and company can catch Spieth and Schauffele.
3 back at 6 under. At the 4th, Jordan Spieth, second shot. Tom Latham sitting here with me, the 96 Open champion.
It's a very gettable pin on this 4th hole today. It's a good opportunity for the guys, although that one may be over that ridge that separates the 2 greens. It may be a difficult putt.
Jump up 1 to 5. Tiger birdie on 4. And you saw that putt come back, or the second shot come back down. So a long putt here, Tom.
Well, and I think Johnny nailed it exactly. Sometimes you get in between clubs, and so you pick the one that you just trust the most. And the hard wedge was his club of choice. You don't want to be long in this green. You don't want to miss it over. It's too quick coming down that hill. And it came up just a hair short. It was a great shot with a very mediocre result. So a little unfortunate.
You saw Tiger this morning. You were up on the range as the guys were warming up.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a familiar sight?
Well, his body language was back. That stare, that look he has, the way he kind of sneaks and walks like he's walking on air. I always say that, Tiger, like if he was wearing tap dancing shoes on a hardwood floor, you wouldn't hear him, because he just glides on the greens as he's stalking these putts. Real slow putt here, real slow. He's got to really hit it. Very steady, though, methodical, relentless. That's exactly what it takes, and that's what he does.
34 pars, back to the last group. Schauffele, co-leader, second shot.
I think he can get really aggressive here. He's has a perfect lie, a good yardage.
Different type of aggressive from that second shot he hit at number 3. This one comes up well short. And again, you see how hard the wind is blowing. Tom, what are the thoughts you have as you watch the guys play in what are really Open Championship type conditions here today?
Well, it's a different course. Carnoustie left in the 908 to Aberdeen last night, and something else showed up. The Carnoustie came back. But, the first rule of links golf, and the second rule and the third rule is avoid those pot bunkers in the fairways. I mean, you need to do whatever you can do to avoid putting yourself in those positions. We've already seen today guys hitting the bunkers, not getting out, giving themselves big numbers and really taking themselves out of the contest.
Yeah, it's playing tough at 6. Best approach presented by Mercedes-Benz. Take us through the 6th. You told me this is reminding you of 17 at TPC. Explain why.
Yeah, well, there's holes that you think about before the round starts, which you know are going to be difficult. It's been playing downwind, which has been, all those bunkers are out of play for almost everybody. You just take it. Today it's straight into the wind, so every bunker's in play. The OB is in play, the rough is in play. And so you have to hit a great tee shot just to get it in play. And then you have to deal with the burn on the right side and the OB on the left in your layup. I mean, it's just one of those holes where you can see a train wreck happen. And so you have to be really smart in the way you play this hole, and you have to be really committed to what you're doing.
Thinking about it all day and showing it all day. This hole playing over par. David's down there with this group. This Tiger's back up on 16.
Well, this is a 3-shotter today for sure. So basically anywhere between the out of bounds fence on the left and the English border on the right would work. Starts that down the left.
Don't go in it. Right. Don't go in it.
Wait.
Well, sometimes you get away with the bat swing, and he did on that one. He's in perfect position there.
Yeah, far enough right to miss those bunkers that we keep talking about, that Hogan's Alley where everyone tries to land it very tight, 25 yards across. Tom, let's watch the ball strike here with Tiger.
Well, he's swinging incredibly well. You know, his swing has the speed and the power that we're so used to seeing all those years, and he was such a dominant player. And I actually think he hit that ball where he was looking on that tee shot to the right of the bunkers, working it away from the OB. He just didn't quite catch it solid. But here's a guy, Molinari, who I really like. I think he is a steady, courageous, unafraid guy. He's a tremendous ball striker. He's a very clear thinker. He's not afraid to win. I think his time, you know, could be this week, but it could maybe not. But he's the kind of guy that you can never, ever count out because he's so steady and is not afraid to win.
Here's comfortable shot shape to turn it from right to left there, and that'll be... just going into that bunker.
You know, this hole here, I mean, to me, the right rough is not a bad place to hit it. It's all trampled over there. The only difficulty, if you hit it in the right rough, you're laying up in all the bumps and the humps.
Let's watch his heel here, Tom.
It's a fine line between getting a really good shot and one that turned out poorly. That was within a few feet of being just fine.
Long putt, Shoffley. Give it a lot to get it up the hill there.
I still like him. I mentioned yesterday how I like him. And
what is it about him that you like?
you know what? He said something in his post-round interview that he's always been really good at getting a score out of tough conditions. He seems to have confidence in what he does. His technique is fantastic. He hits it solid, controls his trajectory. He just doesn't seem to be afraid of this windy day like today. And you have to like something. Plus, on top of that, you know what? He has maybe a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He comes out of that class with Jordan Spieth and with Justin Thomas. He doesn't get as much publicity. Maybe he feels like it's my time to show these guys how to do it.
Chappell will have a look at 1 at 5, trying to get back to bogey. He made it 1-3 par since. See Tiger chatting and walking down the fairway. Let's go side by side with the tracers here. Two balls heading in different directions, and Tiger's crossed over to miss the bunkers, Tom, on the right, and Molinari finds him.
Yeah, I don't think Tiger was trying to put it between the OB and the bunkers. I think he was trying to work it away to the right, and he did it.
Like the par 4, the fourth in that last group. Jordan Spieth, long birdie attempt.
Well, he's looking so calm. He's in control. You can tell that he's, again, one of those guys. You know, I mentioned to you before that to me, he's the modern-day Byron Nelson. He's just one of those guys who is so kind. He's a wonderful human being. He's incredibly humble, willing to do whatever it takes to give somebody something to pick up their day. But on the other hand, he's incredibly competitive, loves to win, and supremely confident. So this combination that Byron had of humility and kindness with confidence is something I think Jordan Spieth possesses. And, you know, to say that I'm impressed with him as a player would be an understatement, but as a person, even more so.
And you got to know him as you were an assistant on that Ryder Cup team a couple of years back. You see that putting all these holes now without a 3-putt. And when he does get himself in trouble, whether it's a wayward shot or two, it's not the perfect golf swing. When you look at those, boy, I want to copy that. I want to go watch that swing. That determination and grit shows up all these grinded out, save par situations.
Yeah, all you have to do is remember back to last year, the way he kind of just turned that round around and went from looking like sure defeat into victory. It takes heart and courage to do that.
Par 6. Solid start. 4 straight pars for Spieth. This last group playing the type of golf that is needed on a day like this. No mistakes. Well, one of your peers, PGA Tour champions, Bernhard Langer, here for par at 18.
Well, he's a remarkable golfer. I mean, he's age 60. He's still in great shape. Works so hard at the game. Has always been a kind of guy who make big putts and has overcome a lot. You know, my hat off to him because, again, like Jordan, an even better person.
And under par for the championship at 60. Got in because he won the Senior Open. Maybe you'll win it and be in next year.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so, right? Yeah. He'll be back with us later. So Tom's going to hang with us as we'll get back to the guys in the tower for the coverage as we continue after this.
Daniel Berger, professional.
Into the breeze, up the hill, across the slope.
Animation, Gary said you had to almost put it, by the time we moved right the first 2/3, it would almost be over on the fringe.
To get it To make it, yes. And I'm wondering if he'll be a little more conservative with that. If it ends up a little left of the hole, that's just fine. He had it pretty close to the fringe. Back to 5.
And Spieth with his third, Roger.
This from 155, and something's backed him off.
Maybe a wind gust.
Yeah. Hey, he's second-guessing himself on the wind anyway.
That was his first mistake off the tee there.
And a bad one. It was an iron to put it in that bunker, and that hole just cut on the top of the second ridge in this green, on the whole cut on the rear plateau here. So it's 152 to get on top of that. Not a lot of room. So got to try to fly it onto that back level.
It's tough to get it back there, and if you hit 10 feet short, it might spin down the hill like Tiger.
Coming back, yeah.
Great shot,
Okay, level up there for Spieth. He'll have a crack at par. Even with this long par attempt, it has been a different start this year. Remember that Spieth bogeyed 3 the first 4 holes to lose his 3-shot lead last year before the great comeback to 6.
Molinari's 4th. Well played, so chance to save a par after driving into the fairway bunker. So we're back to 5.
And Schauffele's turn.
Now 147 here.
Real high hands at address. Almost on line with his left forearm.
Just on top of a little sort of a bubble of a knoll here, and it's just ever so slightly a downhill line. Wants it to go. It's at that bunker. Yep.
Big mistake. No, that to the right.
So Schauffele and Spieth with all pars through 4. Suddenly fighting for one here at the 5th. And they currently share the lead at 9 under. Over to 6.
Tiger for his birdie to move to 7 under. Before he switched putters, John, these left to righters, he was missing quite a few of them to the right. Not this time. Good change. And the putter, just a couple of weeks. And he is 2 back at 7 under par. And both Spieth and Xander Schauffele in trouble back at the 5th. What a pure stroke that was.
Yeah, that was perfectly played. Wearing that red shirt, and Tiger can smell blood.
Yeah, his 15th birdie of the week. Moves him to within 2 of the lead. Spieth and Schauffele struggling at the par 4 5th. Stay with us as we play through this break.
Remember your first bike? No, your first real bike. So can you imagine the feeling you'll get from your first real truck? The GMC Sierra. Step up to GMC with 10% below MSRP on 2018 Sierra HD Crew Cab models when you finance through GM Financial. Or get nearly $8,500 cash back on this specially equipped SLT Crew Cab model. Cable, then here's some signs.
It came from the toaster.
Now you can quit cable.
Switch to DirecTV and now get a $100 reward card. More for your quitting cable thing. That's our thing. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Thank you, America, for making Sunday Night Football the #1 show in primetime television for a record-breaking 7 years in a row. Now let's go get it again this fall on NBC.
You just saw Xander Schauffele's third. It stays out of the bunker, and that was incredible that he was just able to get it out. You see our bunker cam there right in the face of the sod. as Schauffele dug down to this golf ball sitting down in the sand. And let's just see where that hits. Hard to see with a wall of sand, but
I mean, that made it by a couple inches is all to get up on top.
All right, so we got the bunker cam there. Let's take a look at it from that angle. So let's bring in Ed Johnson, rules expert with the R&A. Could there have been a situation with the bunker cam involved here, Ed, that he could have gotten some sort of situational relief?
Yeah, Danny, he could have got relief from the bunker cam. It's actually an immovable obstruction, but there's an exception in the rule that a player may not take relief under the rule if interference by anything other than the immovable obstruction makes it clearly impractical, and the fact that he was kind of buried right up against the face of the bunker, that exception would come in, so he wouldn't have been granted relief in that situation.
All right, so both leaders scrambling for par. Let's take a look at the pinpoint look for Spieth's par attempt, and a lot of break. Not a lot of break on a lot of these Carnoustie greens, Johnny, but this putt from 33 feet is going to swing pretty good from his right to left.
Yeah, that's a big break for out here. You see the first part of the putt straight, and then it just bends right in there to the left. You can see how much slope there is when he's standing. Right foot's higher than the left.
Look at that this week, 1 through 14, which is a part of the course where you got to go get it, as Jordan would say. Not a single bogey this week.
Now, the wind's coming across from left to right. You wonder if that might not hold up a little bit of that break.
Pretty fast going down, and just isn't able to get in there on the left side. So it's going to be Jordan's first drop shot.
Oh, the sweet putt. He's looking pretty good with 2 feet to go.
That's his first bogey in 25 holes. So with Schauffele's situation, Tiger Woods could be one back here in just a moment or two. Over to the 7th.
Tiger now on the tee going with an iron like he's been doing here at the par 4 all week. It's a narrow fairway with the bunkers on the right. That's where it's headed. Should be short of them. And it is. Excellent shot. Not a good angle to that front right hole location, but at this point in the tournament, you just want to keep making pars.
So Schauffele would love to have one here, Roger.
Yeah, now he's got a little bit of an awkward stance with the putter. Not the normal stance he'd take. I'm going to putt through about 6 feet of fringe or so before it gets up on the green. Uphill all the way here.
And as we alluded to, both Schauffele and Spieth will make bogey here. And Tiger is one back as we head over to the 6th, where Kisner is up against another one.
Yeah, his 4th shot here at the par 5. Chops it out. Gets it to release. Oh! Well, that's one way to stop it. Unlikely birdie there. Remember, Dan, that was earlier in the week when Kisner spent some time with the noted short game instructor Pete Callaway and worked on his bunker play.
And don't forget about Kisner. Had that disastrous start in the part of the share of the lead at 9 under, and then is coming back. And he's right in it, and Schauffele taps in for bogey, and so they both drop back to 8 under. Kisner makes a birdie, gets it to 7 under. And so Kisner, just like that, is tied with Tiger, one back. Folks, we're just getting started, really. It's going to be an ever-changing leaderboard as we play through another break.
How do you gauge the greatness of an SUV? Is it to carry cargo or to carry on a legacy? Its show of strength or its sign of intelligence? In crossing harsh terrain or breaking new ground? This is the time to get an exceptional offer on the Mercedes of your midsummer dreams at the Mercedes-Benz Summer Event, going on now. Receive up to a $1,250 summer event bonus on select SUVs. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
So beautiful.
Beautiful just like you.
Oh, thank you.
Hoop soup.
And we covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
New Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade. Are you ready to taste Nirvana?
Hey, honey! Do we want to taste Nirvana?
Yeah, sure.
How long have you been sitting in my yard?
Since Tuesday. Try New Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade.
At U.S. Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire community. That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Xander Schauffele's tee shot well right on the 6th and into the gallery. Leaves an awkward layup from there. Burn in play, and of course the out of bounds down the left. Spieth ready to play.
Pretty good looking swing there.
Yeah, that's headed right as well. And into the gallery. Good news is you get it into that area, John, you're going to get a pretty good lie.
It's a lot better than messing with that out of bounds.
Yes, it is.
Back at 7, Gary. Tiger with his second shot, just 155 yards, but back into the breeze, which is blowing about 20 miles an hour now. Conservative but smart. You see that bunker over there on the right? That is no good. Back on the tee, Kevin Kisner. You see the players just kind of tucking it out there to the right under those bunkers, and should be okay. Bad angle, but down the right side is so much better than the left. OB.
All right, let's take a look at the swing of Kevin Kisner. Likes to hit a draw, so consequently his hips move forward before they clear, trying to get the club to come from the inside. And John, there's that right shoulder you like, kind of getting it up and around, but it creates a pretty big reverse C, much more so than what we see from a lot of the other younger players.
I like that.
Yeah?
Uses that right knuckle on his right hand a lot.
Yes, he does. The right index finger.
Yeah, he gets the lag on that knuckle and then just whips it through.
Chappell down on the tee, coming off that bogey back at 6. Looks to be okay. Maybe left, right? No, it's fine. Right in the center. Excellent tee shot. Up at the green now. Molinari with his third. One of the things about playing links golf, John, it teaches you how to pitch. You have to learn how to use all the clubs in your bag to get to these hole locations around these greens.
Yeah, that was impressive. I thought it was going in.
Molinari, as I said earlier, he leads the field through 3 rounds with 15 birdies. Always a dependable ball striker. He's got a win already on both tours, the European Tour. He won the BMW PGA Championship, and he won Tiger's event, the Quicken Loans. So he's probably one of the hottest players in the world right now.
The European players play in so many different conditions and grass types, and just, you know, it's just, they almost can handle anything.
Take a look at that. Tiger moving up the leaderboard. 32nd to 29th, 6th, and currently is tied for 3rd. And what's interesting, John, and a lot of the players in this generation never really played with Tiger at his best. They revered him and they idolized him, but now they're seeing him back in action.
And Jordan Spieth commented earlier this week, he said, I always wanted to battle it out on a final round Sunday with Tiger Woods. Well, he just might.
He's got it.
It's that old saying, careful what you wish for, huh?
move just a little bit left off the downside of that bunker.
This will be quite the roar if this goes in.
Oh, my. One of the underrated aspects of links golf also is lag putting. You want to put them up there nice and tight. We go back to 6.
Kind of like Jordan's haircut.
I haven't seen the whole haircut. I've just seen the bottom half of it. So he's got the hat on.
By the way, he calls it a 9-pound haircut. He paid 25 pounds, so the barber got quite a tip.
Yep. I'm not sure what this grass is going to do, but it should be okay. Straight into the wind right here. Yep.
Check out the Jeep Grand Cherokee wind gauge, 16 miles an hour in against Jordan from the left.
If he thinks that's straight into, that could have a problem.
Pretty good lie, but awkward, as Gary said earlier, on the angle with that burn on the right.
Oh, that is right, and this guy's pointing right at a gorse bush. One of the spectators. This is going to be very interesting. John just trying to hit some kind of punch 3-wood. Hits down on it really hard.
It's hard to get off that back foot, isn't it, with that upslope?
And there's that familiar follow-through that we see from Jordan so often.
Almost like an old Arnold Palmer move.
Well, let's take another look here, see if we can see where it ends up. Immediately yelling 4 right, so it's well right of the burn, and it looked like it went right into that gorse bush.
That was way right, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, yes, that was way right. But Roger, it's a tough shot here. Playing along this burn with the out-of-bounds steering you to face on the left.
Yes, it shifts all your gaze to the left toward that boundary. Of course, you've got that little burn to the right, so this is, there's no cakewalk here. You've got to play a good layup.
Yeah, and the smart shot is to try not to go up there too far. Just, play to the wider area.
I mean, Spieth shouldn't have hit that wood from there.
It didn't seem necessary, but we'll see here. That's just a punch shot.
Much different shot.
That up the right-hand side.
I go in off it.
All right, as we shift over to the par 3/8, let's check out the best approach presented by Mercedes-Benz. And this has been one tough par 3, 195 yards. Just a couple of birdies. Those 2 lone red balls there, indicating just the 2 twos made. David, you're right there as Tiger steps in.
Yeah, he has 7-iron here, and he's going to have to mangle it, I believe, to get it back there. Wind is hard off the left.
Again, the safety play out to the right, and Tiger has found that bunker. There is some room. Just depends on what. Yep, looks like he's got a decent look at it.
Not too bad.
Back to the ninth to check in with Rory McIlroy, playing this for a right to left swing. 4 birdie. And perfectly played by McIlroy. Nice. He needed that. Got a rough start for Rory. Bogey at the second, bogey at the fifth, birdies the ninth. Still goes out in plus 137. 4 under and 4 back. Well, they are still searching for Jordan Spieth's second shot over there at the par 5-6, and it does not look like it's in a great place. So Jordan coming up on the gorse bush right now. The search continues. For the moment, Spieth and Schauffele tied at 8 under. Tiger, Kisner 1 back.
Okay. That's another like 8, 104. 104. Okay. I'm gonna go right here. Right here? Yep, that's fine. Okay, that's it flying off here. Okay, everyone, be really quiet and don't move, please.
The ball is in play. And we'll move up to the 8th.
And Tiger trying to stay at his 7 under number.
Well, he could make it all day long and straight in, I think. So far, he looks terrific. Every part of the game.
So Tiger now solo third with Kisner dropping a shot. And so the up and down from the bunker, and Tiger stays bogey free, one back, and we've got the adventure still going on over at the 6th.
Yeah, his 4th shot now, Roger. I don't know if you had a chance to look at the live, but his reaction when he dropped the ball might indicate that it wasn't sitting that well.
Yeah, no, I can't. He's on top of a hill there with the gallery real close, so I'm underneath it. I cannot see the lie of the ball. That's 129, and not a very good angle coming across the bunker, guarding that hole.
Okay. Well, safely on. Lengthy putt left. It's going to save par. Take a look. Yeah, the ball settled down just a little bit, so you really have to get right down on top of it, which he does a very good job of, John, with that weak left-hand grip. So you can get right onto the back of the ball.
Yeah.
That face square.
Yeah, he kept that toe sort of ahead of the heel to keep it left, not going those bunkers.
All right, Roger, if you had a chance to get up and see Schauffele's lie.
That one I have been able to do.
Okay.
Near the back edge of the bunker. I think far enough away. It's not so close that it's really going to be a huge hindrance, but something, he's on a bit of a downslope, which doesn't help, and when he comes out of this bunker, the green's going to run away from him. So only good news going here, he's into the wind.
Did not bury, right?
Did not bury. I thought it would, the kind of shot it was, but it did not.
Making some rehearsals with a face wide open. Oh, man. Another one where he's not able to put both feet in the bunker. Same thing he faced back on the last hole. Welcome to links golf.
Yeah, I would have thought he would have been able to get that right foot into the bunker, but electing not to.
You had better stay down on this one, John. You can drive it right into that face.
Absolutely. Sort of a 70 stance.
Not one to exactly practice, fellas. There it goes low and hot across to the other side of the green. Slope there should contain it. It does.
Up to the 9th.
Tiger has an iron, so conservative approach here, David.
Off the left here, you can't really feel it because of the trees on the left. But I mean, the last tee shot at the last hole was the closest he's come to making a bad swing, and it wasn't that bad.
He hit driver perfectly. Yeah, he hit driver here yesterday. So gearing back, the last time he won an Open, he also led the field in driving accuracy. Remember the display he put on at Hoylake back in 2006, hitting 85% of the fairways. And here's Kisner now at the tricky par 3 8th. Coming off his latest bogey, his 2nd. He also has a double on his card.
8 and 9 is just playing really tough stretch. 4th hardest hole is 8, and the 3rd hardest is 9, and the field is plus 44 over par on 8 and 9.
Yeah, so tough stretch, toughest of the week as we head back to the 6th.
And Schauffele will be first to putt, trying to save par.
And this one uphill all the way. This will be on the slow side. Now the hole's cut right underneath a slope that comes out of the bunker he just played from. I think it's going to be pretty slow. Certainly as it loses pace, I would think it would lose it rather rapidly.
Well, let's take a look at this putt using our pinpoint animation. 43 feet, pretty much uphill the entire way. And moving ever so slightly to the left, a little bit left to right at the beginning. So overall, pretty straight. What a difference does wind make, Roger? This hole's been the 2nd easiest throughout this championship. Today, the 8th hardest hole on the course, playing at a stroke average of 5.14. To go. So that is going to be back-to-back bogeys for Schauffele. He'll drop back to 7 under.
That's 2 holes in a row, Gary, that either one of these players have hit a pretty good shot. Both bogeyed the last hole.
And you see Pepperell on there at 5 under. So everybody continuing to kind of come back to his number in at 5 under. Not saying that that's going to be good enough in the end, but this is one wacky golf course, especially down those final 3.
He's got a shot.
Yeah.
And if Jordan Spieth does not make this putt, Tiger Woods will be tied for the lead, along with Schauffele.
Listen, to me, should have a little more left to right, and it needs a little deeper into the green than with Schauffele. Oh, it really didn't. Whoa.
By the way, Pepperell began the day 8 shots back, so he's right in kind of that middle territory of the 2 last opens here when guys won from 10 back and 6 back. So,
yeah, you called it.
Buckle up.
So with Spieth making at least a bogey there back at 6, Tiger Woods now tied for the lead. And Spieth has struggled on this hole. He has not managed to make a birdie on it all week. And now hoping to escape with a 6. Roger, shouldn't be much break.
I don't think so. Maybe left center from what I saw on the other one. Again, at the base of that slope coming out of the bunker, which will be to his left, so it may force it just right, but it can't be very much.
Well, this is a real test, John, because this is the length putts we've seen him have some issues with earlier this season.
Doesn't look at the hole anymore, does he?
No.
Well, that's a good call, Gary.
Yeah, that is the length putt.
Wow, what a hole, Jordan.
Well, he turned it on after the bogey in a long wait at 13 last year, but a double, Gary, is going to really sting him here.
The interesting thing for you, Dan, is there aren't many birdie holes out here today. You know, last year he turned it around when the conditions allowed him to turn it around. And I don't see that happening here. It's going to be very interesting as he's now 1 back. They go up to 9.
And now a co-leader is Tiger Woods as he plays the 9th hole on this Sunday at the 147th Open.
Well, he's got 228 yards left here. Strong left-to-right wind, and I think he must believe it's helping a little because he's pulled 6.
It's supposed to be helping a little, but it says just left to right on our wind meter. But those trees sometimes do change the wind direction a bit. Those pines on the left. Back left hole location, just back in the middle by the bunker, and that might have been a makeup move at the end. Yeah, you could see he knew he wiped it right, and he tried to pronate and close the face well after the ball was long gone, but it was a little too late.
You know, the only good news is he's got a lot of green to work with, but Tiger's bogey free, and the guy he's playing with, Francesco Molinari, is also bogey free. And so Tiger is in the bunker there, we've just confirmed, so he'll need to scramble to stay at the top of Schauffele. And stay bogey free and stay at the top at 7 under. And while we were away, this was Kisner for par. And all of a sudden, he just can't make a putt. After seemingly making everything the first 3 days. Called yesterday, tee to green, his best ball striking day of the week. Didn't quite get the putter going then, and it's really gone haywire today. Drops to 5 under to 7.
Spieth with his 2nd.
190 left into the teeth of the wind.
Twirl. Yeah, Spieth trying to hit that reset button like we saw last year at Birkdale. That was the greatest recovery, the greatest reset, John, I've ever seen on a golf course.
I agree. That was just so exciting to see a guy go 5 under the last 5 holes.
56 to cover that bunker. On the left? Yeah. Okay. Slight cut.
Shoffley 184 left, and this is not a good live ball sitting down. Called the official over to take a look at it. I don't know why, but was denied any kind of relief.
Toughed it.
Yeah, it was sitting down. It was a funny looking lie. I guess he wondered if it was in a hole of some kind, maybe a burrow animal hole or something, but didn't come up in the air.
Yeah, watch this. Trying to get the club down behind it. And this thing comes out. Or doesn't come out, I should say.
He obviously tried to get too much out of that lie and that shot. Should have just hit an 8-iron down there just short of the green or something.
I mentioned Molinari alongside Tiger, bogey free as well. This was a moment ago, his long birdie try at the 9th. Tiger's par putt upcoming. And Molinari is one of those guys, Johnny, who just keep churning out pars and take his chances down the stretch when it really gets tough.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. All pars.
So Shoffley had some problems over at 7, and Tiger here for par. Here's the only 2 bogey-free players today playing together.
And that's what, remember on the first tee I said, if Tiger can beat Molinari, he's got a good chance to win.
This is the first time Tiger tied for lead in the final round of a major in 7 years since the 2011 Masters. This to stay bogey-free and 7 under.
Good news, there's not much to it. If he hits a decent putt, he'll make it.
Saves another one.
Just leaked it in there. He tried to play it inside left, and it didn't break at all. It was straight as an arrow.
So he is through his first 9 here in his quest to win his first major in 10 years. And this just got in there. As we zoom in, you can tell it was anything but center cut.
Well, he thought it was going to break off that left bunker, and it just went straight. See the bunker to the right.
He has flipped a switch in sand saves. He was 140th ranked coming in that department as we shift over to 7 and Shoffley.
This is his 3rd. Wonder how the lie is. He got under it.
It's going left.
But it is turning left. Gotta be careful.
Man.
Oh, that is a helpless feeling. Tied for the lead starting the day and can't even get it out of the rough. That's difficult. Over to 11.
Rory with just 56 yards left at the 385-yard par 4. This was just earlier. Off the wall, looking to make some noise, and he could. With those leaders coming back, and maybe a chance there to get it to 5 under, he would be just 2 back to 14.
Tony Finau has an eagle putt here to get the 5 under par. He is kind of going along nicely, that little putt. Getting to 4, which is even par in the final round. So don't count him out yet.
Oh, sir.
Finau coming off of 5th place in the U.S. Open earlier this season. Tied for 10th at the Masters. Another one of those guys, John, who seems to play well in the big events.
He had a tough day yesterday, but he hung in there. 1 birdie, 1 bogey by Finau.
All right, Tiger on the tee here at the 10th. Pretty much a straightaway par 4. 3 bunkers down the right, 1 down the left, and so far this has been the toughest fairway to hit in this final round.
I like his full practice swing. It's actually beyond parallel, but it's loose, and then he releases it at the bottom with the practice swing. I think it's really helped him keep it from blocking right.
Somebody tell me this is a 3-wood.
It is.
Thank you. With a driver, he could probably reach the green.
Fight. Gotta going up the left. Gotta miss that bunker. I don't know.
I didn't see a second hop.
Yeah, it looked like it went into me.
Well, it will pretty much force a sideways shot. Very deep fairway bunker.
And he hates hitting in these spots.
The fourth shot for Schauffele here at 7. It's going to get up on that bank. It should come back. It doesn't go too far. Yeah, it did.
Making a left turn is all.
Yeah.
Wow, is he having a nightmare halfway through the round?
All right, Molinari ready to play. And John, one of the reasons you got to like him around here, second on the PGA Tour this year in strokes gained tee to green, fourth in strokes gained off the tee.
Yeah, and he just learned how to putt. That's a heck of a combo.
That is a great combination. Really old-fashioned with that left heel coming up. We don't see that much anymore, do we?
No, we don't.
Yeah, and obviously working very well. That is perfect position there. Up the left side, holes cut in the front right portion of the green. That is Tiger's ball in the fairway bunker, and I will be very surprised if he has a go at the green from there. So we go to 11.
And Rory McIlroy trying to enter the fray. And he has. That is a birdie, his second in the last 3 holes, and McIlroy is suddenly 2 back. Tiger's got some problems at the 10th. Schauffele's got some big problems as well. So McIlroy in the mix, along with Molinari, Spieth, Schauffele, and Tiger.
A wealth of information. A wealth of perspective. A wealth of opportunities. That's the clarity you get from Fidelity Wealth Management. Straightforward advice, tailored recommendations, tax-efficient investing strategies, and a dedicated advisor to help you grow and protect your wealth. Fidelity Wealth Management.
I have to tell you something incredible. Capital One has partnered with Hotels.com to give venture cardholders 10 miles on every dollar they spend at thousands of hotels. All you have to do is pay with this at Hotels.com/venture.
10 miles per dollar? That is incredible. I have the chills.
Because you're so excited.
Because ice is cold. And because of all those miles.
Obviously. What's in your wallet?
Big Fries took everything from me to keep my father from exposing the truth about nacho fries.
A rebellion is forming. Flip the switch.
Is there anything that tastes better than this?
Revenge.
It's nacho fries!
Looks like you guys can use a hand.
Here's one good reason to experience the new Buick. Here's another. And another. And another. And another. And, well, you get the idea. Experience one of the freshest lineups in the industry. Experience the new Buick. Get 18% below MSRP on most 2018 Buick Encore models. That's over $5,300 on this Encore Preferred too.
Every 4 years,
Sensational stuff.
the best in the world compete for their country.
He'll get there.
Rugby World Cup Sevens on the networks of NBC.
As the final group leaves the 7th green, you saw Jordan Spieth 2-putt for a par, and Schauffele ended up with a double bogey 6 as we go to the 10th. All right, Tiger Woods alone atop the leaderboard. Roger, a chance to assess his situation here. Excuse me,
Yeah,
David.
well, he's in an unfortunate position here in that he has to make a decision. This is not just a simple splash out. I think he goes for this. 151. He has about 107 yards to carry the water and a nice lie in the bunker, and it shouldn't really be a problem getting this one up, Johnny.
Yeah, the way that bunker curves, it's not quite as close to the lip as I thought. Still dangerous.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's very dangerous. If it catches this the slightest bit fat, it's in the water.
And this is like the most important shot he's had in a while, like in a couple of years.
And this is the part of the golf course where that Barry Byrne first enters the property here at Carnoustie.
This is a crossroads right here.
It's up in the air. Is it going to carry?
Oh, that's a glorious shot from there.
He swung so hard and such a high follow through. That is amazing, Gary.
Hard to put that much speed into a wedge, isn't it? I mean, the club's so short.
I mean, watch this swing, folks.
Oh. I don't think I've ever seen anybody rebound like that with a wedge in their hand.
Is this the year 2000? It's the kind of speed and the kind of stuff that became routine.
Absolutely incredible. Actually, a bit unfortunate it didn't bounce forward and get closer to the hole.
It was so high, it wasn't going forward much. That's sort of a Greg Norman rebound.
All right, Molinari positioned perfectly here, David.
Well, this is just a pitch and run. He may actually decide to land this on the green and try and spin it. I mean, it's in a good enough lie. But it's an awkward length coming downwind.
Oh, had a good sound to it. Should have some spin.
All of his irons just have that sound.
Yes, they do.
Perfect flush.
Ball coming right out of the middle of the club face. Well, Tiger Woods back to some old tricks. A miraculous second there at the 10th. Can he convert the birdie? Stay with us.
How do you gauge the greatness of an SUV? Is it to carry cargo or to carry on a legacy? Its show of strength or its sign of intelligence? In crossing harsh terrain, breaking new ground. This is the time to get an exceptional offer on the Mercedes of your midsummer dreams at the Mercedes-Benz Summer Event, going on now. Receive up to a $1,250 summer event bonus on select SUVs. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Some things are impossible by human strength alone. That's why Doosan is developing remotely controlled driverless machines that tackle hazardous situations. For now, it's technology that helps people. But for the future, it's technology that safeguards people's lives. Building your tomorrow today. Doosan.
So beautiful.
Beautiful just like you.
Oh, thank you.
Hoop soup. And we covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Hey, Justin, think fast. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. Every time. Get lucky every once in a while.
Any department who places billing above care will be terminated. Let's be doctors again.
They're not going to let you just help people.
So let's help as many as we can before they figure us out.
And we're back here at the 10th. Francesco Molinari putting first for birdie.
Oh, down the slope back into the breeze. No, I don't see much swing in it.
David, the players that I've watched earlier today putt from back here have had a tendency to miss left, like they feel like the putt wants to work to the right. But I agree with you, not much there. That one was not a good stroke. That was kind of pushed. But another solid par. Over 12.
Where Rory is trying to stay on the move. Those two birdies in the last three holes to get within a couple. This from 204. 508 today, this 12th hole. played incredibly tough yesterday. The first par 4 in Open Championship history to be over 500, and that was played from 164. 508-yard par 4.
18 was playing 508 also, so those two holes are the biggest par 4s on the course.
All right, back here at 10, maybe with a chance to increase the lead.
What a birdie this would be.
Yeah, you're not kidding. And there's not much in this. It may fall a little to the right at the end.
That's not the last you'll see of that Barry Byrne. It just snakes its way around this 10th hole, and it'll catch up with you later.
I think you tried to make a break left.
And it was never going to do that. But still, from the position off the tee, well done. Another good par. Pars are good, Johnny. They're your friend today.
Absolutely, especially when you're in a pot bunker.
Well, here it is. He's thinking it's pretty good right there, and it just slips away. Back to 8.
And this was a moment ago. You watched in the playthrough break. You saw Schauffele go right, and he is really leaking some oil here, big time. +4 in the last 3 holes.
Needs a par.
In the worst way.
That's there. You could do it. That's better.
Got to stay at 5 under. And even with all that damage, he's still right there. 2 back of Tiger, and you saw Spieth off the tee into the bunker. This is the same bunker the Tiger saved par from.
He's a good bunker player.
And there you go. Still not in. He's got that distance where he's seen some problems, but we'll see if he can't save par. He and Schauffele kind of get things back on straight. All right, let's set this hole here, the 385-yard par 4, as we check out the best approach presented by Mercedes-Benz.
You can see this is probably going to play a cut off those left bunkers. Fit it right down in there. It's definitely a birdie hole today. He can maneuver the next one too. So you just want to avoid the pot bunkers. Very simple thing out here. Don't go in the burns and don't hit in the pots.
Stay out of the water and the ditches. Wind 20 miles an hour into him, David, as he's got another iron out here. He's hit 5 of 9 fairways.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch. Very aggressive on the front side. It's a couple of irons, but you know, now that he has the lead, what does he do from here, Johnny? Does he continue to be aggressive?
Continue to hit those fairways. He's going with that 3-iron with the steel shaft. He has a driving iron that has a graphite, so we'll be watching that, see if which one he uses. But it's into the wind and to the right.
Yeah, it really gusted a moment ago. He kind of backed off, and he backs off again.
Yeah, it's blowing now.
I'm surprised he doesn't hit the graphite one.
Well, I think he may be able to reach the bunker on the left with that 1-iron, Johnny. Okay. With this one, I think he's safe.
Yeah, just got to keep that ball in play. Let the other guys fall apart. Do a Molinari.
Or a jump.
It's a little to the right.
And that's a ways to the right.
And not his best swing there.
Especially with an iron. Up at the 8th, Spieth for par.
Center cut.
And a good save there. Schauffele and Spieth have 2 double bogeys and 3 bogeys between them in the previous few holes. So it has been a rough patch for the final pair here. It's Schauffele's par attempt coming up in a moment, but back to 11, and Molinari, who has cranked out 10 straight pars today to stay at 6 under, 1 back of the guy he's playing with. Yeah. And that's just seemingly automatic, Dave.
He has played very well.
That's so fast. He's also over there to the right.
Yeah, that into the wind, left to right, got them both. But maybe they shied away from the pot bunkers.
So the two guys who are still bogey-free, Woods and Molinari, off to the right at 11.
Hi.
How's your day?
It's good as long.
Let's fix it. Play Connection by One Republic.
These days my waves get lost in the ocean. 7 billion swimmers, man, I'm going through the motions. Set up a flare, I need love and devotion. Trade it for some faces that I'll never know. Notion. Can I get a connection? Can I get a connection?
Whether you're planning a relaxing retirement or an adventurous one, at Franklin Templeton, we actively navigate the markets to help you invest for a brighter future. Reach for better. Franklin Templeton Investments.
When people talk about quality, they talk about effort, care, attention to detail, the tiniest pieces that add up. Woodford Reserve is built on details, where we're from and how we're made. Because the details don't just shape the story. The details are the story. Quality. It's our Woodford way.
I have to tell you something incredible. Capital One has partnered with Hotels.com to give venture cardholders 10 miles on every dollar they spend at thousands of hotels. All you have to do is pay with this at Hotels.com/venture.
10 miles per dollar? That is incredible. I have the chills.
Because you're so excited.
Because ice is cold. And because of all those miles.
Obviously. What's in your wallet?
New Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade. Are you ready to taste Nirvana?
Hey, honey! Do we want to taste Nirvana?
Yeah, sure.
How long have you been sitting in my yard?
Since Tuesday, try New Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade.
I'm with Ricky Fowler, who made a roller coaster of a putt over a subtle buried elephant.
Or made a putt over a bump on the green.
Easy as always. I wish you were my mortgage guy. He's always saying, escrow this, VOE that, FHA. What does PMI even mean, Rick? Back to you, Scott.
Dude, that got weird.
It really did.
Try Rocket Mortgage. It's simple.
Golf can be complex, but understanding your mortgage is simple. Get approved in as few as 8 minutes with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
Such similar missed tee shots by Tiger and Molinari that they get the same exact yardage, David, but Tiger's going to go first?
Well, I'm not sure who's going to go first here yet, but I've got them both at 184, Dan. Looks like Molinari will go. Or not. I think maybe they're both going at the same time.
1, 2, 3, go, right?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Have you seen those lies, David?
Yes. Yeah, they're both pretty good. Tiger's got one that's kind of, it's not as yellow. He's not going to get the yellow jumper. It's looks like a pretty decent lie. Molinari too. There's a little bullish right there, and it's a beautiful shot.
Didn't bounce.
But he's on.
Tiger has 6. Really starting to glow now.
Well, on TV, it doesn't look like a great lie.
Yeah, and he's backing off because the wind's gusting to close to 20, just like they forecasted. This back 9.
Can I get this thing? I mean, well, I think it's going to jump a little bit, and that's the case, yeah. I think you got to play for a little jumper. Right. You know what I mean? Yep. If it doesn't jump, it gets front edge.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Well, that one came out like a rocket dead left.
Oh, man, it just bounced off the spectators.
Wow, that's a good break. Hey, what, Eddie Pepperell at 5 under par, how to go back there and practice holding that trophy.
Yep. He's not checking out yet, that's for sure. Again, Pepperell at 5 under, Chappell at 10.
Yeah, birdie putt here to get to 6 under. Well, very quiet front 9 for Kevin Chappell. A couple of bogeys, but birdie at 10, and he's at 6 under. And over at 14, Justin Rose, big tee shot here at the par 5, so just a short iron. Left, front left hole location, exact hole location. Whoa! Almost a double eagle. That's going to be a tap in to get to 5 under. I was going to say, exact hole location in 07 when Harrington made eagle here on his way to a victory.
He has no idea what happened there, does he?
Well, he could tell by the reaction of the crowd that it's good. Maybe not that good.
Didn't know it hit the flag.
Right. All right, Kisner over at 10. Birdie effort. Well, and both he and Chappell make birdies, and both of them are 6 under.
Maybe they're going to finally settle into their normal games.
How about Kisner out in 40, Gary, and he's right there.
Yeah, pretty amazing as we go to 13.
Rory on the tee, and this is a very difficult hole location now back right. Downwind, the ball just is not stopping on that back portion.
Sort of like that?
Exactly like that. And that actually had a lot of spin. That's not a bad shot. Back to 9.
And Spieth inside the really thick stuff, Roger.
Yeah, one with driver here, forced it up the fairway. So 151 left is all pretty good angle from the right.
Looking at his final round numbers at last year's Open, first 13 holes plus 4. Know what he did coming home. 5 under in the last 5 holes. So you never know with this guy.
God, that's a lot of wind.
Yeah, left to right wind against and held it out right. Couldn't sweep it in.
He has picked up a couple of pars since the bogey and the double at 6. And Tiger ball headed in and hit the spectator sign in the glove. Said, sorry, pal, but thank you. That guy's feeling all right. Who knows? He might have a hand in Tiger picking up his first major championship in a long time.
Yeah, that would have gone way down there, and there were gorse bushes over there. So that was a huge break.
And so Tiger's surveying the next shot. And when he saw his lie, this was Tiger's reaction. Kind of exhales, but what about this next shot, David?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I mean, there's 2 options. He could try and play a high flop, or he can just punch it out and try and get it flag high left, which I think is the more sensible of the 2. Phil might try the flop here.
His practice swing is a flop.
Really?
Yeah.
Now it's a party. Oh, my nerves. That was so close to perfect.
I don't know about that play. I think he could have played a safe 12 feet left of the hole and drained it.
Yeah, I thought that's what he might do.
Look from above from that. Just tell how much thicker that grass is as opposed to that thin, wider fescue. There it is, tight.
Way underneath the ball, hit the very top of the club face, and it goes nowhere.
I just think he's kind of feeling like the Tiger of old. Johnny had that shot out of the bunker in the previous hole across the burn at 10, and now just felt like he could pull off another special shot, but not to be. Here's Molinari. Again, these 2 the only bogey-free players on the course as of now.
You know, golf seduces you into trying things you have no business trying.
That's why we love the game so much. Molinari's giving this one a nice ride.
That's a magnificent effort from there.
It's a pretty amazing round so far. Everybody's just tumbling all over the place, and he just...
Yeah, it's a Nick Faldo-esque kind of final open round, all pars. Who knows?
And if you can birdie the easy 14th, you know, make 4 there and par in, that'd be pretty good.
So it looks like Molinari has his 11th straight par, and now Tiger for his 4. What does this look like now, David?
Well, I'm not sure how close he's got to go to the lip of the bunker here. I didn't get in to read it, but it's a very difficult putt to get dead.
Pretty close to that edge. So now he's got that for bogey. Well, let's go to 14.
Over at 13, Dan McElroy from the back of the green. He's 4 under. We've been watching him miss putts all week long. And he makes par here at 13. And with Tiger having trouble, guess what? Rory is a couple shots back. Can he put on the back 9 charge like we saw earlier this year at the Arnold Palmer Invitational?
And he 3-putted the last green.
Back to 11.
And Tiger for bogey. And I do not believe that Tiger has a double bogey, a single double bogey this week at Carnoustie. In fact, he does not, which says a lot over his play here.
But when we talked about how important the putt bunker shot was on the last hole, this one here is equally important, I think.
Well, the way Tiger used to scratch out pars, scratching out a bogey here, and feel pretty good about himself.
I mean, he's leading right now, folks, at 7 under, but 50-50 chance he's going to be 2 back. I mean, he'll be at 5 under.
His first double of the week. He had birdied 11 each of the first 3 rounds.
Oh man, that hurt.
This hole is the sole leader and leads trailing now by 1. We've got all those players at 6 under. 4-way tie for the lead now. We told you this leaderboard would turn upside down in a heartbeat. We've just seen it the last 10 minutes. But they are packed in there. 8 golfers within 1, 11 within 2. With all the trouble ahead with the Barry Byrne and then some. At the 9th, Spieth for birdie to break out of the 6 under pack.
Wow, great try.
Maybe he's going to get his mojo back. But it's a +3 front 9, 39 for Jordan Spieth, who began this final round in that 3-way tie at 9 under with Kisner, Schauffele, and Spieth. Both he and his 24-year-old Schauffele have had some problems on this front 9, but they remain in the thick of it at the Open at Carnoustie. It's coming over, and we've got some Americans with a chance to win it and put their name on it again, including Tiger. Teeing up at the 12th, that long par 4, it's headed left. And looks like he might have some more issues over there. Tiger coming off his first drop shots of the day, double bogey at 11. To 15 for Rose for birdie and a share of the lead. He made the cut on the number with a birdie to get to +3 Friday. And he still has a shot. Very good shot. And over at 11, so is Kevin Kisner for birdie in the outright lead, Bones.
Just trying to pick up some momentum with the putter. Kevin's actually struck the ball okay, but has had no cooperation from the flat stick.
Just wanders off. Looked good at halfway.
3 bogeys and a double on Kisner's front 9, yet he's still in it.
I mean, Eddie Pepperell, who's 5 under par. Hopefully he hasn't had about 5 pints of beer right now, because he might be in a playoff.
He is a fun-loving guy from England. He better stay sharp. And at that 5 under number.
Take a look at Webb Simpson from bunker cam here at the par 3. Way left. Long bunker shot. Beautiful shot. Oh, how does that not go in? That thing pulled up quick.
And Tiger left at 12, David.
And he's got kind of a thick lie here in the green stuff. Fortunately, it's with the grain, but he's going to have to go down after this one, Johnny, to dig it out. 257 to the flag. If he can keep it between the two bunkers in front of this green, it'd be a very good shot.
He could hit the same shot hit in the last hole, grab the shaft and go left.
Turned it again.
Or the opposite. You could go with either.
Yeah, the club is just being twisted at the bottom. He's trying to get too much out of a bad lie twice now, and he's not happy.
So suddenly it's going south for Tiger. As he tries to get it together, we go over to 11 at Chappell for birdie in the outright lead. He played his first 9 and +2. Birdie at 10 has gotten him right back in it, and that one was close.
Jack Nicklaus taught me, you know, every round's got a little bit of bad and a little bit of good and whatever. When you have a bad front 9, if you hang in there, the good is coming. You know, that's a great attitude he had, and that taught me a good lesson when I watched it and then talked to him about it.
And good advice for a place like this for sure. Molinari now at 12.
141 yards. Better lie.
Sounded like he got that crisp. A long way away, but he's parked in front of the green there with a chance to save his 4.
Well, it's heading right up the flag stick.
Back here at 10, Schauffele just some 74 yards for his second. Will it spin? Will it? Yes. Yes. Nicely done. Straight downwind. Controls the distance perfectly. So he'll have a chance to get to 6 under. And we go over to 16.
Justin Rose on the tee. Nota Begay, you have joined this group.
I have Peter rehearsing his pre-shot swing routine there. Got to get a little right to left in this, Peter, just to try and hold it into this wind. It is pushing down off the lift.
This whole Nota, no birdies today.
With this wind, it's just so hard to get it close to where that hole is cut.
That's a good start.
That's a really good shot if it holds the green.
That's fine. Again, this hole today averaging 3.5, so you're picking up a half shot on the field if you just make a par. Let's go back to 10.
Jordan Spieth from just 70 yards. Looks like he pulled that a little bit. That was just a moment ago. Pull usually goes a little farther than you want. So not the best of shots there from Spieth. He is tied for the lead, though, at 6 under par. 4-way tie in the final round of the 147th Open here at Carnoustie. Stay with us.
Creating the perfect night just takes a little creativity. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived. Lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. Corona Premier.
Don't stop, oh baby, don't be still. I gotta move, don't take away the thrill. Keep on stepping, keep it rolling along. Just keep moving and you can't go wrong. Hey, now do you hear what I say? I'll be on my way.
Tap or click with your MasterCard. It only takes a moment to start something priceless.
Keep on moving along.
So beautiful.
Beautiful just like you.
Oh, thank you.
Hoop soup. And we covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Remember your first bike? No, your first real bike. So can you imagine the feeling you'll get from your first real truck. The GMC Sierra. Step up to GMC with 10% below MSRP on 2018 Sierra HD Crew Cab models when you finance through GM Financial. Or get nearly $8,500 cash back on this specially equipped SLT Crew Cab model.
What are we listening to?
Same old.
Saw Shoffley's birdie at 10. Brought him to 6 under where Molinari is. This is third Molinari putting from way short of the green at the long 12th. Just trying to roll it out and pick up yet another par.
Not bad from Aaron. Not bad at all.
He's got 11 straight. And so with Shoffley's birdie, we now have 5 tied at the top at 6 under. Tiger 1 back along with Justin Rose and Eddie Pepperell, who's in with 67. McIlroy 1 back. Finau's playing the last. Probably running out of holes, but you never know. And on a very, very different final round championship Sunday at Carnoustie, in such stark contrast to what we saw yesterday when we saw all those subpar rounds. It was an historic day yesterday as Carnoustie played under par for the first time in all the Opens played here. Today, Carnoustie is back with a vengeance. Scoring average so far more than 73. Here's Finau, who we just talked about, his second at 18.
Got to make birdie for sure.
Skipping it in there. Yep, he needs to get to the 5 under number that Pepperell has posted. And over at the 12th, Tiger 4 par, David.
Well, some maybe 25, 30 feet up the hill and not a lot of movement in it.
After playing bogey-free, Tiger in danger of dropping a batch here at a couple holes.
Just moves a little bit left, more than he thought. But yeah, 3 over par the last 2 holes. He has had problems finishing off championships and tournaments. And but, you know, he can rebound. There's some birdie holes coming up, especially 14. You saw Rose make eagle, almost made a double eagle.
Yep. Up at 14 we go.
McIlroy, 55 feet for an eagle. Back up the hill. It's got plenty of speed. Rory McIlroy's name is now atop the leaderboard as well at 6 under.
Wants to start playing like a kid again?
Well,
that looked like a kid. It just made eagle.
Said he was getting too technical, trying to be too perfect.
Look at slow down, he's saying. That was a complete pirouette. Fist pump, pirouette, double fist pump.
Sweet.
And now, how about a 6-way tie for first, Gary?
Especially with the holes coming up, Dan. It is going to be fun to watch. Those final 4, so difficult. You really have to take advantage of the 14th. It is the last good opportunity, and McIlroy just did.
Look at that board. And to give himself a chance, Pepperell, the best in at 5 under, is down.
Not hard putt. You can do it, Tony. Not always right.
This is left. Oh. Well, he has gone 31 straight holes without a bogey. But he has his work cut out for him right here, right now. He's going to keep that streak alive. Now up ahead at 16, Justin Rose to join the pack at 6 under. Would be the first birdie of the day here at the long par 3. 261 yards today. Good try.
Justin Rose had to make a putt on Friday afternoon to make the cut. Shot 64 yesterday. Here he is, just one back.
Schauffele looks like he's been in a Pilates class all day. Another awkward shot from the bunker.
Yeah, third time today. I mean, he's just getting in most awkward places. Really kind of playing away from the hole to the left because he just really had no stance to get at to make it go toward him.
Rate that on a scale of 1 to 10. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
To 13.
Tiger Woods now, middle of the green. Maybe just a hold-off cut.
Seems to like it.
Yeah, looks like he's staring that down. Oh, that's a good shot. Will it stop? Yeah, it's a good shot. As I said, that is a very difficult hole to get close to. Tiger dropping 3 shots on the last 2 holes. And they just posted Rory's eagle. You see the change right there. Eddie Pepperell is watching. Let's go back to 11.
6 is wild at the moment. Spieth trying to break out of it to get to 7 under. Over to the 12th. The 3rd shot for Kisner. He's had his adventures in these Carnoustie pot bunkers, and he's got another one.
This is a tall bunker, as tall as he is almost.
Oh, well, just get it out of there, right?
Yes. Do whatever you can.
So that's his 3rd. So now his 4th live. And if he can get out of here with a 5, he will run to the 13th tee. And he might. Again, he's already had 3 bogeys and a double. He's going to have at least 1 drop shot there at the 12th. And now Schauffele trying to finish off a really nice bunker shot, Raj.
Yeah, got to be about 9 feet. And from this side of the hole, actually putting slightly back uphill. Well, putt to be firm with. I don't think there's a lot of break in this. Might try to move just right.
And that just pulls in. Shot for the minute at 600. Plus 3 on the day, but tied for the lead. And we go over to 15, fresh off his eagle. Rory McIlroy, Mark.
Another colossal drive. 169 to the hole. Straight downwind.
It's a kind of place in the championship right now. And you saw how invigorated McIlroy was with that eagle. And this is where he can just kind of get that light little gait in his step and just take it to the house with all that talent and firepower. We'll see. 13.
This was just a moment ago, Dan. Molinari trying to scramble a par 3 out of this. Now he's got a chance. That was a good shot. Now we come live for Tiger Woods for birdie. Should move a little to the right. He pounded it. So a little left for Tiger to save par here at 13, but how quickly things can change. Tiger Woods was at 7 under, but a double and a bogey drops him back to 4 under. But you can make eagle at 14. We've seen a lot of them, but there are the top 6 players right now tied at 6 under. McIlroy now on the tee, Mark.
Can't believe I'm saying it, but it's a 6-iron from 261.
Just trying to run this thing in. Land it somewhere on the front. Got to thread the needle between the bunkers.
Small target up there.
It's a teeny target. You see how fast that rolls. It's like the green down there. I would imagine he's going to be using his putter from there to 17.
Birdie putt for Justin Rose. Only been 3 made here all day. Will it keep coming right? No, straightens out. Good par, though. And Rose will go to 18. A hole he's birdied all 3 rounds.
Gary, including Friday to make the cut on the number 13.
Kevin Chappell with this long putt for the outright lead. Boy, right on line. So this run to the claret jug continues. Look at those guys tied at 6 under.
Hi, how's it going? I've got a window right there. Actually, it's your window, and I'm going to hit this chrome soft right through it. So on the couch, if you could just lean a little, perfect. In the back, just drop down a touch, that's it. Don't move. I can do anything with this ball.
What made my Golf Spy rate Cool Shot Pro Stabilized the best rangefinder in golf? Start with breakthrough stabilization technology. Add Nikon's fastest ever measurement speed and target prioritization, fused with the high-resolution optics and display you'd expect from Nikon. That's the Cool Shot Pro Stabilized. All new, already named #1. Learn more at nikongolf.com.
How do you gauge the greatness of an SUV? Is it to carry cargo or to carry on a legacy? Its show of strength or its sign of intelligence? In crossing harsh terrain or breaking new ground? This is the time to get an exceptional offer on the Mercedes of your midsummer dreams at the Mercedes-Benz Summer Event going on now. Receive up to a $1,250 summer event bonus on select SUVs. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
At U.S. Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire community. That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Okay, back to you. As we play through, you watch those second shots at 14 with Woods and Molinari, the double green 14 and 4. Shared Tiger all the way past the 14th, past the 4th flag, as a matter of fact. He was able to get a clean shot at it. 9-iron, Mike Tirico watching with Tom Lehman, the 96 champ. Let's go back to Xander Schauffele, one of the 5 co-leaders.
Well, you know, he's in a good spot to save par. I mean, he's a wide open chip shot, plenty of room. He's in a position where, you know, he's still in this game. Amazingly, he's in this game. And I'm not sure I've seen anybody today who's had to deal with so much adversity in the bunkers as him with all these difficult lies.
I mentioned Justin Rose, birdie all 3 days at 18.
Well, this is a great weapon for him, this drive. He drives the ball so well, and he can put this thing way down there within 120 yards of the green. I think it's a good tee shot, which he has. And he can play offense from here. I think the first guy to 6 under wins.
First in at 6 under, you
First
think?
guy in at
Really?
6 under. I mean, there's so much difficulty finishing this golf course, and with the pressure, having to play the last 4 holes, it's just going to be really, really hard to be 6 under.
Well, there he is all the way down there, just a wedge in. We go back to McIlroy, made that eagle at 14, ignited a lot of momentum. Here he is at 16.
It's a tougher shot than you think. He's right on the crest of a ridge where it goes left when it goes left and right if it goes right. It's not nearly as easy as it looks. He needs to make a par here. That's a well-played shot. It's peeled to the right.
That putt up Philly in the last 5 Sundays were finishing days at the Open. Rory's been a part of one of those, getting his victory a few years ago, chance for a second claret jug. Jordan Spieth and Xander Schauffele, the same group, both have made double on that first 9. Schauffele was 4 over, Jordan 3 over, but they are hanging in here.
Yeah, this is a big, big putt, obviously. You know, he hasn't made a birdie all day long. I mean, he's just putt for par, and which he needs dearly, but you just have the feel. Yeah, he's going to do something great. I mean, he can't be shot out all day long.
I think with Jordan Spieth, it'd be hard to go a day without making a birdie. So there they are, tied for the lead, and you still think the guys at the posting at 6 under, because of the difficulty down the stretch, are going to be the ones who have a chance.
And the pressure. You have the difficulty of the course, you have the wind. It's a survivor's day, and remarkably, these guys who are at 6 under, who started at 9, are tied for the lead with a chance to win. You just got to forget about what's happened in the past. You got to hit the reset button and just move forward. You know, Schauffele, McIlroy, Spieth, Kevin Chappell. But I think Molinari's played the steadiest round so far. He's going to be a tough guy to beat.
Shoffley to hold there. Coming off bogey at 5 and 6 and the double at 7. He remains in that 6 under par. So this is the 14th hole, but the green's really over by the 4th here.
Yeah.
Tiger's got a wedge out.
Yeah, well, he's on the 4th green, hitting a wedge back to the 14th. I mean, he probably has a 60-yard shot, maybe 70-yard shot on the green with 70 yards. You don't get that very often.
The entirety of that green, they're at 83 yards total, front of the 14th to the back, if you will, of the 4th, as the players are playing 14. So,
you know, I think watching him, the driver is a weapon for guys who drive great. If you don't trust the driver, it's like playing with 13 clubs in a way. I think we saw McIlroy on the 12th hole hitting driver. He had 156 to the pin, and Tiger hit an iron. I mean, it looks like he doesn't trust that driver completely. Now he's left himself a really tough putt for birdie on.
Even though the double green, Sergio LaCava, the caddy, tending to the flagstick, technically on the surface. McIlroy, a save, little fist bump. He knows he is right there in the middle of it. Think of what you were thinking, Tom. Posting 6 under par. It's an incredible run by Molinari of all pars. Dan mentioned Faldo 31 years ago Thursday. Nick did that, first of his 3 Open titles.
Well, McIlroy has the firepower to deal with 17, you know, and then he has obviously the firepower to drive it way down there in 18 and give himself a good chance for birdie. He's in a really good situation right now.
So Shoffley over here at the 12th. Of course, we have bunker cams, double coverage of the bunker cam here at 13. Those 2 bunkers, you see the breeze. The wind's been such a factor during the day. Sometimes you get to 6:30, 7 o'clock local time. It dies down a little bit. It's still a significant factor. So as they are ready to set at the par 3, we go to Peter.
Thank you, Mike and Tom. Andrew Shoffley and Jordan Spieth. They have not made a birdie between them today. As Tom said, they started the day 9 under, tied for the lead. They are still tied for the lead, so put all that behind you. You've got some holes ahead of that you can birdie. Some you need to just hang on to.
9-iron here for Xander, and this is a flagstick you just can't aim at. Comes in across that bunker and hits on a downhill slope. It'll be out of here. That'll look left of the hole.
Good work, son. Come on.
That's a good shot. Just as you said, Roger, just caught that slope kick left, but had some good spin to it. Let's go to the last.
It's been 26 years since an Englishman has won the Open. Aforementioned Nick Faldo as Rose steps off. 5 under.
Yeah, it's quite a story. You know, on the 35th hole, he left that green +4. The cut was going to be +3. It looked like he was going to be packing his bags. Made about a 12-footer left to right, about a 6-inch break to make the cut right on the button. And since then, he has played the last 36 holes 9 under par.
That's Carnoustie for you. The comeback.
I mean,
open course. Noda.
Well, he could not be positioned in a better spot. Only 103. Huge drive down this right side. Caught the fairway, so this is just going to be a nice, comfortable 60-degree wedge. Skip forward and should have some control on it.
Big bounce. Looking for the big bounce. And will carry out, and Justin Rose is tight at 18. A birdie to give him the lead in the clubhouse over Pepperell.
What a performance. Amazing.
For a guy who first splashed on the scene as a teenage amateur years ago in an Open. We go to 14.
Molinari, lengthy putt for eagle. Slow. Really have to hit this firmly. Okay, but a good 3.5, 4 feet left. There's birdie. Back at 13.
Yeah, this is a moment ago, Gary. Jordan Spieth. Just got to put this thing hole high, land it in the middle of the green, let it take a jump. Just what he did, Prophet soft, hit it right into that mound. Still got a chance at birdie. He's made pars here at 13 the first 3 rounds.
All right, back here at 14, Woods left the pitch off the green, some 25 feet short. That's got the speed. So Tiger fighting back, 5 under par.
That was a must.
And it looked like it just snuck in, Johnny, but you're right. The easiest hole on the course, cannot afford to leave here without a birdie.
Yeah, that's a confidence builder there. Some of the finishing holes aren't playing quite as hard, but 16 and 17, real hard. 18, we saw Rose just make an easy birdie.
And Molinari now is to take the outright lead at 7 under. Okay, and the par string is over, broken with a birdie. Francesco Molinari, the 35-year-old Italian, sits atop the leaderboard for the moment at the 147th Open. Stay with us. Anything can happen. Good tee shot, 204 yards back into the breeze.
Come on! Go.
Oh, it looked like he stood it up into the wind trying to hit a cut, John. Maybe a little greedy. All right, back at 14. This is Kevin Chappell's 4th shot. He was forced to take an unplayable lie. So, a good shot, but we'll have to work to make par.
All right, let's take a breath for just a second. Remind you that the 105th edition of the Tour de France is on NBCSN Tuesday after a much-needed day of rest. Riders get their first taste of the Pyrenees in a climber's paradise. Stage 16 of the Tour, Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, part of NBC Sports Championship season, presented by Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade. Well, folks, this is really special major championship stuff here. You've got all of these players, 9 within 2. Including McIlroy, Spieth, Rose in at the 6 under number. Tiger, all of them there. All the biggest stars in the game. It's just rare to see a final 9 of a major come down like this, Johnny. So let's soak this one in.
Yeah, we'll just cherish every shot here from here on in.
It's a 13.
Spieth one back of the leader, Molinari. We've seen putts like this from Spieth go in before. Did he do it? Good try. To 15.
And Tiger Woods. David?
Well, from a very bare lie. A little sandy as well. He's going to have to probably go down after this. He's got 9 iron, 190 yards. Good strike.
He likes it.
Oh, what a bounce.
It takes a wild kick to the right. Finds the linksy slope, short right, and settles about hole high. 17.
McIlroy with his 3rd, Mark. Here he's got a really good lie, but an awkward stance a little bit. It should have some spin. You can hear the clip. Get very close to the ball. Very aggressive shot. John, he was very aggressive here. You're not going to hit very far behind this.
Ooh, that is close.
But look at the ball spinning immediately off the club face.
Yeah, that's gutsy to do that.
All right, back at 15.
The leader, Molinari.
174. Better lie here. He has a pitching wedge.
That'll keep trickling.
Very Francesco-like. Not trying to take too many big bites. Just nibble away. Get your birdies when they become available, like they were at 14, 13.
Yeah, this was just a moment ago. Can Schauffele get it to 7 and tie Molinari? Well, a couple of good putts. That should result in pars here for the final group at the par 3.
And up Paired 14, Kisner, chance for an eagle and a chance to share the lead. Can he hit it hard enough, John? That's the question.
Good pace.
Oh, excellent putt. So Kevin Kisner will get to 6 under.
It's fun to have one hole on the course that you're pretty sure no matter what's happening, you can birdie.
Well, as long as you hit a good tee shot.
Yeah. That was a pretty sure part.
Yep. Can't remember a leaderboard in a major championship where we've had this many people with a chance. On the final 9, Chappell now for his par. Should move a little right. And just when he is fired up.
Why not? Join the party.
Yeah, well, that was a good par after having to take an unplayable lie. All right, up at 17, huge putt here for McIlroy for par.
And quite an adventure, Gary, with the putter for Rory. He's made a couple long ones, but he's also missed a couple of tiddlers, as they would say here. He's 3-putted twice in this round from only medium range. It was a beautiful bunker shot to get it here, though. This should not be a hard putt, other than it's the 71st hole of the Open.
Yeah, his tendency is to miss right. Doesn't release the putter head. What he did there. Right up and down. McIlroy will go to the 18th. 6 under par.
One good bomb by him off the tee, and he's got a little flip wedge.
Little check, stop, birdie. Maybe he's the next leader in the clubhouse. Pepperell's out of it. The number has been posted by Justin Rose. And here is Tiger. Molinari. It appears, David, that Molinari is going to play first.
Yeah, he is. He's on the putting surface, but farther away. A little right to left.
Molinari's been so steady as of late. He credits this excellent play in part to working with a guy by the name of Dave Allred. He's a top performance coach, a doctor, PhD, who helps athletes improve themselves beyond their own expectations. Known for his work with rugby star Johnny Wilkinson, Molinari paid him big praise after yesterday's round. This is on and off the course. Allred has been a big addition to the team. And a little left coming back to record another Molinari par. He's had 13 of them today, and just the one birdie at the last, and so now it's Tiger's turn. David?
Well, he's going to go with the putter as well. And Johnny, I half expected to see the flag in for this one.
Is that sprinkler head close to his line? Is it a sprinkler head?
Yeah, it is, but no, he's going right to that.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have the flag stick in. There's no doubt about that. A little slow here, Tiger. Give it a hit. Yeah, that was good. Real good.
So Tiger will tap in for his par. Coming off the birdie at 14, remains at 5 under, 2 back of his playing competitor Molinari. And we'll shift up to 18 for Rory McIlroy. And again, the wind not quite roaring like it did earlier in the day, but still downwind.
Well, let's take a look at it, especially for Rory. He's going to aim probably just inside that bunker on the right, the Miller bunker, unfortunately, and play that little draw just right down the middle and hit it about 380 yards probably if he hits a good one. And it's narrow down there, though. Look at how wide it is before the bunkers, and then just thread the needle down there where Justin Rose hit it. And from there, the hole location is in a pretty easy place, really, just back center left. So this is the key shot right here.
Yeah, it's been tamed today. Just the 11th toughest hole. It's like a 3-wood for Rory.
It is a 3-wood for Rory. And it is absolutely pummeled.
Well, that's the speed slot right there down the right side, and And the left side, I mean, and it just keeps rolling. Look at how far this rolls. Oh, come on.
Talked about all the comebacks at Carnoustie. McIlroy was 6 back after bogeying the 5th hole today. And back at 15 to remain the sole leader, Molinari. And to stay bogey-free.
Not much in it.
So solid. Yeah, he's just rocked. He's a rock. As Tom Lehman was saying earlier, he's his pick, and I'm sure he's a lot of people's picks. Because he just does not blink. 14.
Jordan Spieth, second shot out of the left rough. Problem playing out of the rough, John. Virtually impossible to get this to stop. Lands on a downslope, downwind. And that is what we have seen from players playing from out of the rough there at the par 5. On in 2, but a long way away. Well, Justin Rose has posted 6 under par. He's joined Steve Sands.
The clubhouse leader, Justin Rose, 64-69 after making the cut on the number. What changed over the weekend for you, Justin?
I guess it's been grateful to be on the golf course. You know, the alternative was I was back home, and ruining another Open Championship slipped by. So, you know, I think just teeing off 9:35 on Saturday morning, I was just grateful to be out there, and obviously had an opportunity in some decent conditions to put together a good round. You know, and yeah, I think yesterday, finishing birdie yesterday is what kind of made today interesting. I felt like, you know, there were a lot of guys shooting 4 or 5 under yesterday, but just kicking on and making those 2 late birdies in my round yesterday made today somewhat interesting. So, you know, today was an interesting day. You know, I didn't really feel in it on the front 9. I saw guys were hanging in there still at 9. Leaders got off to solid starts the first couple holes, and then all of a sudden something happened and they dropped a bunch of shots, and then I knew it was game on from that point. So, you know, I really set myself a target of trying to play 5 under on the back 9, and, you know, got it to 3. You know, I feel like, you know, I'm just watching now, Steve, as well, watching what we're doing in 18 there. But, you know, I just played that hole incredibly this week. It's been a lot of fun.
So you know what this finish is like. So let's go out to 16 right now. You just play these finishing holes. That's Francesco Molinari on the tee of the W par 3.
Looks like it's slipping a little right, but yeah, I mean, so, you know, obviously it's a kind of hole that exactly like that. You know, you're not going to get guys making double bogey, but, you know, quite easily you can kind of pitch it up to 5-6 feet, miss one, and you know, it's a bogey hole for sure. But, you know, it's also one that you don't expect to bogey. So it's kind of like it's a bonus bogey for me sitting in the clubhouse. I'm not expecting the guys to really slip up on 16. 17 is the hole where you need to hit a great tee shot. If you play too conservatively back off the tee, if the burn's too much in your head with the tee shot, you're going to have a long second shot in there.
6 under, well done. We'll let you wait and watch. Thanks, Justin.
Wait and see. Thanks, bud.
Let's go back out to the course.
Tiger now on the tee at the par 3.
With a 5-iron, and he is going to hoist this one as high as he can get it.
Just 20 birdies here at 16 all week. The last birdie made was yesterday afternoon by Matt Kuchar. There's the adjusted yardage with the wind. 261 actual, now 240. Wind adjusted.
That's an awfully good-looking shot.
Hard to get it back there when it lands into that upslope, but still an excellent shot from Tiger. Let's go back to 14.
And Jordan Spieth taking a long look at a very long putt for eagle.
And from this part of the green, he's right in the center of this double green, and there's a couple of little ridges there that kind of separate the 4th green and this 14th in the snow. Be back uphill. It may go just left at the very start, but as it gets up around the hole, it's going to go back to the right, I think, and it's pretty slow.
Well, a year ago, 5 holes to go. How do you play them? 5 under. Is it possible to even sniff that?
You heard him say go as soon as he hit it. Up 1-15.
Chappell, part of the 6 under log jam at a tie for second, but faced with this big sod face. So Chappell scrambling for par. And back to 14.
Xander Schauffele with a chance for an eagle.
And a good look. This is a big putt for Schauffele. And I think it too might go just right, but not much, but back up the slope.
Roger, he has played this back nine now in 8 under par. And the holes 15 through 18, he's played in 2 under, so obviously very comfortable on this tough back nine at here at Carnoustie. He's got a chance. Tap in birdie, no problem. 7 under, tied atop. So we go to 18.
Exact same yardage for Rory, 103 that Justin Rose had, who just made birdie.
He's been very good on this distance from downwind. This one is downwind. But we scoop just a little right.
So Rory will have that putt to get in at 7 under and take over the clubhouse lead that Justin Rose has at the moment. What a final day at the Open.
This 6 inches left.
He'll join Rose at the 6 under number in and wait and see how it all turns out. Again, 4 years since Rory's last major at 29 years old. And in the entire history of the game, only 3 players have won 5 professional majors before turning 30. Tiger Woods, Bobby Jones, Jack Nicklaus, so just a little more history to contemplate. 16.
Yeah, this was just a moment ago. Molinari, he's got a lot of room to work with here. This is not a difficult shot. All right. Just outside the friendship zone. Looks to be about 4 feet. Now Tiger to get one closer. From about 60 feet. So a 3 here for Tiger. He stays 2 back. Let's go to 14.
Yeah, just a moment ago, Peter. Jordan Spieth had this putt to share the lead at 7 under. And just like he did back at the par 5-6, a 3-putt. That one led to a double bogey. This one a disappointing par. Both misses to the right on short putts. And he remains at 6 under. We go to 16.
Big putt for par for Molinari. Rock solid. He's been doing that all week. His ball hitting hasn't been as solid as we normally see, but his putting has been spot on as he heads to 17, tied at 7 under.
Jake, this was earlier Chappell for par. We saw him battling from that front bunker. Just touching this one. And how about that? Chappell is feeling it. He's right there, 1 back. In that tie for 3rd. Now that group is over on the tee at that seemingly impossible 16th.
Well, there's 2 ways to look at it. You can look at it as a really tough par 3 or as an easy par 4. Kind of gives you a different mindset.
Scott has 4 iron now. 261 total, but more importantly, 219 front edge. And this is all about discussing with his caddy whether or not they want to fly the ball on the green or have it land just short. I think they want to fly the ball on the green so they can control the first bounce.
0 birdies on this hole, huh?
Yeah, it's just, it's so difficult.
This is a bullet right up the middle of the green.
No, that ball's not going to stop. It's almost impossible to hit the green in regulation, much less make a birdie. Over to 17.
Molinari on the tee. Watching it a little anxiously as it heads slightly left. The barn does wrap around that area, but that's just fine. Although he has struggled here at 17. He's played the hole in +3 so far this week.
That's a pretty long second shot from there,
yes,
right?
It will be a long second shot back into the breeze. So we're back to 16.
Bones, I think you almost have to get lucky to get this thing within 10 feet. It's got to land into that upslope. can just trickle on.
Well, with Kisner hitting 4-iron, Chappell's now going with 5. Kevin Chappell's quite a bit longer than Kisner, so this also could potentially bring over into play depending on how hard he hits it.
Good line, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is.
Well, he did just what we said, landed into that upslope, and it is trickling back. Excellent shot, one of the best we've seen today here at 16. Just a third of the field today hitting this green in regulation. Over to 17.
Yeah, Tiger Woods on the tee, and this is that driving iron, John. You can see the graphite shaft, 17 degrees aloft.
He needs a good one.
Well, he has hit it. It looks like a low bullet. And up the left side, so a good angle to the hole cut on the right.
Ahoy Lake special.
Oop, right in the low spot.
At 15.
Jordan Spieth drove it in the bunker. He's a part of the pack at 6 under, tied for third.
That is a deep bunker right
Just
there.
no other option but to play out of it.
Quite a bit different day for him compared to last year. He struggled some of last year, but not the finish.
Still right there, one back, and now Schauffele. Roger.
I like the wood, too. You hit that as hard as you want. That gives us more spin with the 9's going to have to be a little bit off of that.
This is a little left to right, guys?
Correct. On this angle, definitely.
Is it a little bit?
Correct. There's another bunker over this one. You know
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I got you.
The left edge of that tower is
I got you. It's perfect.
Yep.
Good bring down, yeah?
Yep.
Well, by the description of his conversation with his caddy, it looks he's talking about a tower behind the green. It's left of the hole. 185 left.
Dead downwind.
Oh, shit.
Oops.
And that crawls away even further. Molinari tied at the top at the moment with Xander Schauffele, who just saw that wander way behind the green at 15.
Our current energy sources can't last forever. That's why Tucson harnesses the infinite power of wind and uses hydrogen to create energy. For now, it's energy that might feel unfamiliar. But for the future, it's technology that will protect our planet. Building your tomorrow today. Tucson.
Oh, you're hitting them good, Jay.
And Tiger Woods very disappointed with that second shot at 17. You could hear him immediately say he had spun it. So up into the breeze, not going nearly far enough. All right, Molinari, lengthy second.
Yeah, 226 yards straight back into the teeth of the wind.
I think Tiger should hit a tee, his driver off that tee. And have a birdie.
Well, he's got 2 iron left.
Should be good. It's a little right. It needs a kick. It needs a kick, and it's going to get it. It's going to get it.
Oh, what a touch. What a touch by Shoffley. So the two 24-year-olds staying in it here. Smith coming up, scrambling though. Over to 16 again.
Kisner looking to scramble out a par here and stay one back in. He's been making these all week. Struggled a bit earlier in the round today, but yeah, gets this one here. So Kisner stays at 6 under. And you see the chasers mode.
17, 18, it's a great area of the golf course. All of those holes in proximity, and you imagine everybody kind of knows what everybody else is doing.
Molinari at 17 to take the outright lead.
I think you played it right there, break.
I believe you're right, John. It was a good putt. So Tiger Woods has got to make this one, and then birdie the 18th to have any chance.
Nice to know exactly what he's thinking about in these last final shots, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm sure he's enjoying it, John, to be honest with you. I would think.
Yeah.
Where he was over the course of the last year and a half or so, not even knowing if he was going to be able to play and resume his career.
Yeah, he said yesterday that he has had even more appreciation. Never knew that he'd ever get this chance again.
Well, he moves around like everything's just wonderful. I'll tell you that. I think, Gary, is that barely go right, or?
Should move a little right, John. His feet are slightly above the ball.
Got a 5-iron in hand here. 261. Wow.
That's all.
Yeah, it's a little left of the hole. Cut back some.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. That is the best we've seen here today. That is a legitimate chance for a birdie, too. We just saw one from Chappell, and we're going to have another one here from Shoffley.
And here at 17, you would think a mere formality. And it is. So Molinari goes to the 18th tee, tied with Xander Shoffley at 7 under. And we go back to 16.
Jordan Spieth with 2 bogeys and a rare birdie here at the par 3 so far this week.
He too has grabbed a 5-iron. This ball peeling to the right a little bit, toward the right side of the green.
Oh, it got a good jump over the corner of that bunker and just crawls onto the edge of the green, a long ways away, but still he'll have a putter in his hand. As we go to 17.
Second shot for Kevin Chappell. 226-yard 3-iron back into the breeze.
Plays longer than they think, I think.
Whoa. That looks right. Look out. Oh. That is the thing that Sean Foley has been working with him on as he started working about a month ago, trying to slow down that transition. Didn't do it there. We go to 18.
And Francesco Molinari trying to become Italy's first ever major champion. Tied for the lead at the moment as he stares down this daunting 18th. His backswing Tiger still with a pretty good drive here at 18. 2 back again, needs some help from Molinari to come back to the 6 under number, and he needs birdie to get to that number. Back at 16.
This was while we're away. Unlikely birdie chance for Spieth. Just 3 holes left. This is with him putting. You can pretty much count who's going to come close. So now we're live with Schauffele. Roger's got a great look at it.
Yeah, this putt, to me, it's slightly downhill to begin with, but it looks like it wants to move right, certainly early on in the putt, and then not so much around the hole. It just looks to me like an easy putt to miss on the left-hand side.
Yeah, you got it exactly right. Players have been missing this slightly left. It's hard to pick up that break, but this guy's pretty good with the putter. Let's go to 18.
And here's Tiger, David.
119 yards left, and he's got his gap wedge here, which seems like quite a lot of club.
Perfect angle to come into this left hole location.
Plays a low one, looking for a couple of bounces and a check.
And that far away from getting it to 6 under, which he has to have a chance.
Well, it was going right at the flagstick. I mean, it was not flying by an inch. Watch a controlled fall through, just a little half swing. Very low. Playing very much a Scottish shot.
It's been 26 majors since that last title at the U.S. Open at Torrey Pines. Now Molinari.
And 113 yards, this is one of his sand wedges.
Just as sharp at the 72nd hole as he's been all day long. And if he makes that could really almost close the door. But again, Schauffele is out there at the same 7 under number. Talk about how Italy has never won a major championship. The closest call as Molinari takes one of the greatest walks in sports between those 2 big iconic yellow scoreboards. And they're cheering for Tiger as well. You never thought this moment would maybe ever come again. Tiger in the heat of a major on Sunday in that environment. It's just beautiful. But the closest call was 23 years ago for Italy at St. Andrews when, remember Costantino Rocco hold that improbable second chance shot from the Valley of Sin to force a playoff, and John Daly was on the ground pounding the turf. We would go on to lose that 4-hole playoff, but 18 different countries have been represented by major champions, and Molinari wants to fly Italy's flag here at Carnoustie to 17.
Kisner with a chance to reach 7 under, and for the moment share the lead. Kevin Chappell has played 4 shots, had to take an unplayable lie after his second. His putt left for bogey. This needs to stay up.
There's 3 birdies all day. It's been a tough hole.
Yes, it has. We go back to 18.
It's kind of funny how this sport of golf comes full circle. Woods and Molinari group today, and when Woods won his first major, the 97 Masters, in that record-breaking performance, he was paired with Roca in the final round at Augusta National. And with Molinari in there tight, Tiger trying to get to the 600 number. Looks like he's going to come up short, but what a week this has been, Johnny, for Tiger Woods.
And we talked about at the beginning of the round, whoever won between the two of them today, shot the better score, might be the winner. He's a big confidence putt for Tiger, even if he doesn't win. To be able to, knowing he had to get that up and in on 17, save par, and then also play 18. What do you want to yell so well? Not a hard putt.
Just seems to be moving closer and closer to not only winning a tournament, but winning a major championship. Tied for 7th right now. His last top 10 in a major was 5 years ago at the Open at Muirfield when he finished tied for 6th. Now Molinari, huge putt that could end up the difference maker to get to 8 under.
This does have a little funny break to the left. Tigers did. And this one probably inside right.
Well, he has made absolutely everything today inside of 6 feet. He's just been wonderful.
Yeah, but this is like another level of pressure.
A brilliant final round for Francesco Molinari of Italy. 2 under 69, bogey free, and Italy might have its name on the claret jug.
Tremendous performance, just really, really strong. Played like a champion.
We talked about it all week, how he's been the hottest player in the world. And sometimes he's still, even with a stellar play as of late, kind of gets lost in the conversation when you're talking about Tiger this week and Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth. But Francesco Molinari was as solid as you can be in the heat of a major championship, one of the greatest leaderboards we've seen. And Molinari might be the guy that emerges on the top. On the doorstep of his 3rd victory in his last 6 starts.
It's a couple seconds, right? Yeah, some great plan.
As Tiger's kids have been following him around this weekend, and that is so important to Tiger to have his kids see that, hey, Dad did a lot of great things back in the day, and he still has it at age 42. But it appears at the moment that this day and this week is going to belong to Molinari. I remember seeing him before the championship started. He was walking around with a wedge and a putter. Just tired. He played in the John Deere last week. Here's another shot of Tiger giving his 2 kids a hug. Sam, Charlie. Yeah, Dad can still play indeed. And while they were putting at 18, this was happening at 17.
All right, must get it in the fairway to get it started. It was a beauty. We'll leave that long second shot.
Feeds right to it. And it would be into maybe a smidge off the left on this angle? Yep.
Spieth with the long second shot.
246 into the teeth of the wind here, but I guess, a nice angle from the left side, but boy, it's a long shot into this wind.
Pretty much out of it unless some miracle happens in 2 holes.
Oh, yeah, he needs a miracle now.
Ah, so late. Yeah, late. That's right.
That's that shot to the right we talked about here.
He's been struggling with it. He said especially with the longer irons. Okay, Schauffele. Right side of the fairway, so not the best of angles, but still, I would think, Roger, you got to make a 4 here, and then hit a good drive and leave yourself a wedge at 18.
Yeah, downwind at 18. That's where you got to take your chance. Not here. Try to put it in the center of the green, left of the hole. This is a 2-iron on the way. That's flaming right. Headed for the gallery right.
Oh, careful. Gorse bush over there. Looks like it's to the right of that.
I'm going to bounce back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. But, not going to be an easy up and down from there.
Yeah.
Bushes are so tough, it almost like bounce back off them.
17, just such a difficult hole when it plays back into the wind, John, because you're forced to, somewhat lay up off the tee, and then it leaves such a long second shot.
If you're caddying for Tiger, wouldn't you go into the driver? It's like, it's not like you can't afford it to go for it.
Well, that's true.
I mean,
Well, just getting started here across the pond. Major championship coverage continues the next couple of weeks on Golf Channel and NBC. Golf's legend at the Old Course at St. Andrews for the Senior Open, presented by Rolex. Our own Gary Koch's got a 7:10 a.m. qualifying time tomorrow as he comes out of the booth and into the golf course, and then the women compete in the year's 4th major. Royal Lytham at St. Anne's, the site there for the Ricoh Women's British Open title. And just kicking back now on the sofa, Molinari. Johnny, there you are, just above him to his left, kissing the claret jug, and he might be doing the same here in just a few minutes.
Gotta look at me whether he likes it or not.
Smile on his face. He tied for 2nd last week in the John Deere Classic, and not a lot of guys play, in the States and come over here, but only 6 champions have ever played the week before on the PGA Tour. The last to do it, Zach Johnson at St. Andrews in that playoff in 2015. Here's Chappell, who was right there for a long, long time today.
132 straight downwind, just a comfortable sandwich.
Beautiful shot by Chappell. Best major result for him. Tied for 3rd in the very first major back in 2011. So Kisner not officially out of it. Has to hold it out here to get to that 800 number.
Yeah, it's not exactly the hardest shot in the world. Not easy to make it, but wouldn't be surprised if he comes close. Perfect angle.
105, very good lie. Take dead aim.
Well, that 40 shot on the front 9 was his doomsday.
Yeah, all those 9 unders. As Schauffele was one of them, is in big trouble at the 17, appeared to be letting the jug slip through their fingers.
Yeah, he is well to the right, well short, and in the area where the gallery is walked around. Is the lie okay, Roger?
Yes, it is. He can get the club on the back of the ball and make good contact. And the good news here is he's playing into the wind. That's going to help a lot in this pitch if he tries to carry it up onto the green. There is a downslope on the other side of the bunker if he landed it short, but I think it might shoot out and run well past the hole. So I think he needs to carry this on the green and try to spin it.
Well, he's got a mom and a stroller right behind him there trying to shush her little baby.
Cameras on silent, please.
Surely not an easy up and in, that's
No, but I agree with Roger. He needs to carry it all the way to the hole. If you land it short on the downslope over the bunker, no way to control where it might end up. Might be time.
Sanders even having a chuckle about might be time to stroll the kid on out.
Yeah, maybe at least move her.
Yeah, kind of jammed in there with the spectators, and Mom doesn't want to lose her vantage point here behind Xander.
Doesn't carry it all the way there. Gets a hard kick left. They'll have 20 feet left for par. They join Steve Sands.
Gary, thank you. 34 on the front nine, Tiger. You stood on the 11th tee with a one-shot lead sitting at 7 under par. What do you think happened from that point moving forward?
Well, I made a few mistakes there. You know, I drove in the rough with, 2-3 irons there at 11 and 12. The grass grabbed the shaft on both of them, and I made a couple mistakes, on 11 around the green, and I figured today was starting out the day that 9 was probably going to be the number. There were 3 guys at 9. I saw that Jason played a great round today. I saw that Brooksy played a really solid round today, and I figured that was one of those 3 we're going to shoot even par under par today, and I figured I had to go get that number. Didn't do it.
More than anyone in this field, more than anyone in the game of golf right now, you know what it's like to get a victory in a major championship. How would you describe how difficult it is to hoist the claret jug?
Well, it's not easy. It takes, every facet of the game working. And on top of that, you got to get a couple good bounces. This links golf is something else. You're going to get some quirky bounces, and hopefully they go your way for the week. But I played with Francesco today, and I know that Xander's got to putt there at 17, and he's bird last. But the way Francesco played today was beautiful. He hit a couple of off shots here and there, but short game was on point. He hit a lot of beautiful little pitches up there to basically kick-ins.
Appreciate the time as always. We'll see you in a couple of weeks at Bell Reef. Safe travels.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's go back out to 17.
And Schauffele taking a look at what is a crucial putt now.
Yeah, I believe it's got to go to his right, Gary, but yeah, this is, without this one, most hope is gone, isn't it?
To go. So one thing you just couldn't do.
So bogey back to 6 under.
Ouch.
Yeah. Up at 18.
And Kevin Kisner, 4 birdie. Going to come up just short. But he hung tough, especially after going out in 40.
It's got a break to the left. The players just did not see.
Had a great chance at the GA Championship last summer at Quail Hollow. got the feeling of what it's like to lead a major all 3 rounds. He was the solo 54-hole leader. He had a piece of the lead here through the first 3 rounds as well. Sole first-round leader. So Kevin Kisner at the age of 34 didn't make it happen today, but maybe he can break through in his mid-30s.
Jordan Spieth for a par.
Wow.
Yeah, there were a lot of question marks coming in about his putting, John. He didn't have many problems until today, but that's at least 3 short ones he's missed.
He had those shots hit to the right. The combo was not good.
Nope. This will go back up to 18.
And Kevin Chappell is a part of this large American contingent as he finishes with a birdie. 8 Americans were in the top 12 to start the day. They have had a stranglehold on major championships. 5 in a row have been won by Americans, but this Open is indeed global. And Francesco Molinari is just a short time away from becoming the first man from Italy to put his name on the claret jug.
He's practicing putting just in case there's a miracle.
Last guy with a chance needs a miracle eagle.
What a beautiful scene. Look at those clouds and all the gallery and framed by that clubhouse. It's just a wonderful finish here. It's playing easy 18 today, so, you know, it's possible a guy can make 2. You got to hit a good drive.
Gets a little kick to the right, and it's possible. There's only been 1 eagle on this 18th hole since it became a par 4 for that 1975 Open, Johnny, that you contended in. Xander Lombard yesterday. So is there another Xander eagle here to just make it an incredible finish and a playoff?
That would be some. Spieth's got to just be really hurting inside.
Well, Johnny, I saw him take a good look at the scoreboard left to 17 green, and there was definitely a dejected look on his face. I agree with you. I think he's going to take this one tough.
Looking for that kick to the right, didn't get it. Spieth in the thick stuff. And Francesco Molinari with just 1 golfer to dodge. Xander Schauffele, who needs to hole it out at the 18th to match Molinari's 8-under number. If he doesn't, Francesco puts an Italian name on the claret jug for the first time ever in the oldest major championship in golf. What a finish. That birdie at the last. 2 birdies in the final 5 holes for Francesco. Other than that, he was a par machine, which today at Carnoustie was a good way to operate.
Make this up.
I know.
It's like this club, trying to throw it as high as I can. All right. All right. Yep. Middle of the green, right? Yep.
Just a dreadful lie here for Jordan. It is down green, but it's sitting down like it's in a hole deep. So he's just trying to chop it up in the air and get it into the middle of the green.
Can you get it over the burn?
He should. It's down green. Yeah.
Nothing went right.
Yeah, so hard to control that. And not a single birdie today, Johnny.
Yep.
I mean, I know there wasn't a lot of birdies to be had, but
Yeah.
We're good.
no. Another Xander eagle left at Carnoustie at 18.
135. Sounds like he and his caddy were reading the green up there.
Francesco Molinari has won the 27th Open. And what a way to break through for your first major. And now they have started the engraving on that precious claret jug. Will be the 86th different name on that claret jug. And it'll go right there in that bottom band under Jordan Spieth's name. And his wife giving him a hug.